Hello, YouTube. It's just keep that in mind.
And Magus here, and we're gonna talk about something interesting today, right, David?
Yeah, this all started from a bizarre back and forth Magus and I have been having in the PMs. It's about people we think are probably Satan.
Yup. Well, actually, started because my wife was watching the Discovery Channel, and there was an advertisement for a very disturbing show called Pitchman, right, David?
Yes, and it stars Billy fucking Mays.
Yeah, Billy Mays has his own TV show, and he screams in it too.
Good Lord. And if you can't stand 30 seconds of Billy Mays, just imagine watching an hour of this fucker.
Oh shit! So we started talking about it, and then somehow the conversation went to what was it? What did it go to, David?
People we just thought were the devil because I kind of mentioned, or you kind of mentioned, that Billy Mays might be the devil, and I said someone else is the devil, and then you said, and it just went on and on.
Yes, and we all agreed though that their overlord though is Rob Tran.
Good God, I'm sure he's glad to have some followers, but I think Rob Tran represents everything that's evil. I mean, he's like Spax and fucking
Chris Chan.
Renetto, all those douchebags rolled into one.
I don't even know who Renato is. I've heard of him, but I don't even know.
Thank God you don't.
Okay, I won't ask. Then
I mean, I don't know if you've seen Prince of Moose's video. I actually have it featured on my channel of him. It's of Rob Tran laughing for 10 minutes, and that's only a laugh. That's only the kind of laugh a demon could do.
yes, Rob Tran is Satan incarnate.
He has to be.
I,
And,
I'm I'm thinking so. I'm thinking so.
who do you think might be Satan, Magus?
Who might I be? You know who scares me? Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh my God.
He always scared me since I was a child. Like
Yeah,
you. Oh, go ahead.
I remember my dad used to record HBO whenever they would give it away for free for 2 days. Remember that?
Yeah.
And what they would do is they would have these like really cheesy 80s comedians introduce the movie, like Paula Poundstone and whatnot. And then Gilbert Gottfried comes up, and now Tommy Boy's up next on HBO. If you order now, you can get HBO for a year for free.
Oh shit.
And they have him do these voices for all these children's cartoons. Like, it's just disturbing. Like, they had him do the voice of that parrot in Aladdin.
Yeah, that I'm traumatized by that, David. Still.
And of course, he was on Hollywood Squares, which is where all the big namers go.
Yeah, I think the biggest name on there was Whoopi Goldberg.
Pretty much, and then she left, so they were left with, like, Corey Feldman and those kind of washed-up douches.
That one dude from the Partridge Family, Danny Bonatucci or whatever.
Oh, there's a guy who's Satan, because there's this naked picture floating around of him on the internet, and someone sent it to me as a joke because of that rant I did about guys who show their dicks in movies. And I saw it, and he's like... He has, like, the smallest wang I've ever seen. I'm sorry, but...
Oh, oh shit. Let's see. What else am I trying to think about that is Satan, David?
You
Food
mentioned...
Network
Oh,
is full
Food
of Satan.
Network's hell.
Yeah, it's hell incarnate. I mean, look at Emerald. Bam! I mean, a guy who thinks, cooking food's a goddamn video game or something,
Yeah, it's like when he says "bam," you expect like a roaring fire to come up or something.
It's for him putting a spice in the food is like the equivalent of me getting a headshot in fucking Call of Duty 4.
Oh, and don't forget that NBC gave him that sitcom that was on for about a month.
He was on a sitcom, no shit.
Yes, it was called Emerald, and he played a chef, believe it or not.
Oh wow, that's really an original role for him. I mean, he's taking a lot of risks with that.
Yes, he's quite a versatile actor, if I do say so myself.
Sitcom, wow. Who else on the Food Network?
Well, there's Rachel Ray, of course.
Yeah, she's gotten pretty popular in recent years, unfortunately. My wife likes her stuff too. Yummo, delish, yum yum, yummo. I mean, she comes. What the fuck?
At least I get to change the channel when I see her. I mean, you have to watch her.
Yeah, that's true. You know what though? I'd rather, you know how bad she is. I'd rather watch my rant on the weather than.
I don't know. That's pretty harsh.
Yeah, I'd rather watch my rant on the weather, which I will go on the record and say it is the worst video I've ever done. But I will say this though. I'd rather watch my rant on the weather than Rachel Ray. But I'd rather watch Rachel Ray than a Spax video. So.
Oh, I second you on that one. I think Spax makes the weather so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a weather demon or something.
Yeah, I actually talked to Spax's mom.
Really? Is she the devil too?
I think so, because I used to think for some reason that Spax's name was John. So Boomstick gave me her phone number, and I called him up, and his mom answered, and she goes, "Hello, who's this?" And I said, "It's none of your business." And she goes, "Who are you looking for?" And I said, "I'm looking for Johnny." I said, "Johnny's not here." And I said, "Well, why'd you pick up the phone then, idiot?" And she hung up, or something like that. I don't know. I probably messed up, but that's basically how it went.
You called Spax's mom. Wow.
She's probably gonna sue me now.
You better watch out for that shit. But anyway, yeah, on the Food Network, we also talked about Bobby Flay.
Oh God, not him.
The arrogant bastard of the Food Network, who, he has a show where, someone will cook like the best pizza in the world or something, and he says, well, I can do it better, so he goes and challenges them to a cook-off.
Yeah, it's kind of like the devil went down to Georgia, but with food.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so perfect. It makes so much sense.
That is a good analogy.
And another person from Food Network who I think is Satan is Mark Summers. Better known as the host of Double Dare.
Double Dare, oh shit.
Because Mark Summers just proves that he would sell his soul for a paycheck.
I don't really think the man can cook.
And he has OCD.
OCD.
Obsessive compulsive disorder.
Oh, okay.
I read about it. Like, he's all afraid of getting messy, and during tapings of Double Dare, he would, change his clothes in front of an audience of kids.
That's funny. So Mark Summers is one. I got one more to add from the Food Network.
What's that?
Guy Fieri. You ever see that fucker?
No, and I'm glad I haven't.
He's this guy who, he acts, I don't know, he acts like he's cool or something, and he has highlights in his hair, and he goes to diners all over the place, and he talks all cool. He's like, that is so cool. We're gonna put beer in the chicken now. That is so cool.
Doesn't he travel all around the country?
Yeah, to
I
go
think
to the
I've
diner.
seen him.
Yeah, he's a big dude, white dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen him. It sounds very familiar. Although Food Network has 20 different shows like that, so you never know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it depends. Food Network's the incarnation of hell. Plus it doesn't help that it literally tortures you because it makes all this good food sometime, and you want it, but you can't have it because it's in the TV. So.
Yeah, but then you see Emerald sucking on a cockroach, and immediately your appetite disappears. So it kind of works both ways.
Yeah, it does. Okay, go ahead, David.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we also mentioned Billy Mays and the ShamWow guy in the PMs.
You know who else I thought of? Luckily, we're doing this now because I saw a commercial. Chef Tony.
Oh God, not him.
Chef Tony, the other loudmouth infomercial guy.
His knives will solve world hunger and change your life. He,
This
that
the
Chef Tony's a freaking idiot. Like, the way he cuts those tomatoes like a millimeter away from his fingers, you're like hoping and begging that he chops his hand off.
oh
And
shit.
he'll throw like an orange in the air and slice it in half. What kind of idiot does that at home?
You know what? I guarantee you too. He claims all these things are his. I bet you he never invented or cooked a damn thing in his life. He's just some random fucker they pulled off the street and put a chef hat and goes, "Your name's Chef Tony. You advertise this shit for us."
Exactly. I mean, he's just a spokesperson. He's just a face or something. And I remember he did this advertisement for like this blender, and it had that chick from Three's Company, not Suzanne Summers, but the second blonde chick on the show that was only on there for like a season.
Oh yeah.
And he puts all this weird random shit into this blender, like a tomato and some fruit and asparagus and butter and just all this weird nasty shit. And he spoon feeds it to her. And when she puts it in her mouth, you could tell she's about to throw up.
that sounds disgusting, dude.
Well, that's the kind of guy Chef Tony is. He wants to force feed has-been celebrities with nasty food so they'll, I don't know, puke all over themselves or something.
What about Ron Popeil?
Ron Popeil, I just don't trust the guy. I mean, his frickin' Showtime grill. What the fuck is... No, what's worse is his fucking spray-on hair.
I remember that.
That looks... Why? Why was that invented? I'm actually gonna buy some of that stuff and do a review of it.
You should. You should. The spray on hair.
Spray on hair.
He has a dehydrator. He has the Showtime grill, a pasta maker.
He has too much stuff, and I hate his stupid catchphrase, set it and forget it.
Yeah. You know, I've seen other infomercials kind of rip it off.
Oh yeah, like there's this Jan Muller guy who has basically a rip-off of the Showtime grill, and he says, all you gotta do is set it and leave it alone. Oh. And Ron Popeil, he obviously gets like Botox or something.
Probably.
Because he's got to be 80 now, but he looks like Joan Rivers.
They're the Botox queen and king.
I think so. Let's see who else. The ShamWow guy.
The ShamWow guy. Yep.
He does this. He's such a ripoff of Billy Mays, which is pretty sad. Like he has the frickin' ShamWow, which is just Billy Mays did a commercial for some very similar, and you know, I was reading the news the other day, and apparently the ShamWow guy got arrested for beating up a prostitute because she bit his tongue and wouldn't let go.
Really?
So there goes his career.
Yeah, the Sham. Yeah, what much of a career he had, you know, selling cheap infomercial. You know,
I mean, he came so close to dethroning Billy Mays, but then some hooker took it all away from him.
Yeah, next year he probably would have had his own show.
Thank God for the biting.
Yeah, thank God for that prostitute.
Although I'm sure Billy Mays has done some pretty fucked up stuff. He's got to be on some kind of drug.
Speed or some shit, dude.
It's like I said in my rant, no heterosexual man gets that excited about cleaning products. Gotta be like on crack or heroin. And you also mentioned Bryant Gumbel.
Yep, Brian Gumbel scares me.
Me too. I don't remember him from the Today Show, but he does this show on HBO, some stupid sports show, and he has a brother who looks just like him, except he's fat.
He looks like a golem or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Gumbel's a known asshole too. He's said some stuff which I'm looking up right now, but Brian Gumbel is he's an ass, I think, anyway.
Yeah, I heard he wrote a letter where he badmouthed a bunch of his coworkers or something on the Today Show.
Really?
Yeah, and speaking of the Today Show, here's
Oh.
another guy.
I know where this is going. You do it,
Al
David.
fucking Roker. This guy apparently lost like 200 pounds due to gastric bypass surgery, but he's still fat as hell.
That is so wrong, but true.
And then he goes on, he does this show about kids who need to lose weight and whatnot, but he's such a fucking hypocrite. I mean, he's way too happy, too.
And he's on the Food Network.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
He has his own show on the Food Network where he goes to diners and eats.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember seeing that. It's like an old show because he was even fatter than he is now. And then he hosted Celebrity Family Feud.
Really?
What's the point of that? I mean, there's already a Family Feud on daytime. We don't need it on frickin' NBC for an hour.
That's hilarious.
Who else did we mention?
I don't think we mentioned anyone else.
Let's see.
Let's see if we could think of anyone else, though. Let's see. Well, Richard Simmons, an obvious one.
Oh, definitely.
But we don't have to get into that because you said enough about his ass already.
Dude, his ass is open.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately,
for George Clooney.
George Clooney. I don't know if he's the devil. He doesn't scare me.
No, I don't know. He's too devilishly handsome.
Yep.
That was really gay. I'm sorry I said that.
Let's see. Who am I trying to think of?
Metroid Junkie?
We could, yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, that whole thing with the black fedora and the trench coat, I mean, he looks like a Flasher or something.
Hey, I know this is going to offend a lot of people, but, you know, the Columbine killers, you know, they dressed up like that, too. It's kind of frightening.
Good point. And, you know, Metroid Junkie said that people think that he looks like the younger version of me, which is funny because he looks like the older version of my Uncle Steve, in my opinion.
No shit.
I mean, my God, I mean, I always hated it when people who were like 17 or 18 try to grow facial hair because it just looks really weird and retarded, but I don't know, Metroid Junkie looks like a cross between that, like a Flasher and Chuck Norris or something. He just...
That's one right there!
Chuck Norris?
Two of them, Chuck Norris and Regis Philbin.
Oh, I don't know where Regis Philbin came from. Chuck Norris. Regis Philbin's definitely got to be up there. I mean, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? No one watches that shit anymore. And then he tried to come back with that fucking $1 million password.
He's like
remember that show?
Yeah, I remember that. He's like an older version of Gilbert Gottfried, if you really think about it.
Yeah, I always thought of him as an older version of Darkness. You think about it.
That is a good point, actually.
Maybe he's Darkness's grandpa.
Maybe he's Darkness from the future.